Bracing for an overflow of illegal migrants along the southern border. The Secretary of Homeland Security heading there today.
Yeah, this comes after a few violent gang members and sex offenders were arrested at the border near McAllen, Texas.
And that's where we find Griff Jenkins getting a first-hand look at the crisis. Good morning, Griff.
Good morning, Jillian. Rob. Yeah, among those gang members, 2 of the 3 confirmed members of the MS-13 gang. They are all 3 from El Salvador. The 2 sex offenders, one of them for sex acts with a minor. But that surge of illegal crossings just continues to overwhelm this border here in the Rio Grande Valley, the busiest sector of anywhere in the nation. Just an hour after A.J. Hall and I landed, we went to the border and we witnessed one of those arrests going down firsthand. Take a look here. Not an hour since we've been landed. We came down to the border to see what's going on. You can see already the military helicopter up there, National Guard Air supporting Border Patrol, has just made this apprehension. We're looking through the slats. This is a temporary wall that stops the illegals just about a quarter mile, half a mile to the direction you're looking. This fence stops them from coming into McAllen. This is just indicative of what's showing up hour after day after day. It just keeps coming and overwhelming. You can see the manpower that it takes, obviously the eyes in the sky helping on this apprehension. And here's the thing about the numbers, guys. They've had 10 days of 1,000 plus. We haven't gotten last night's numbers. The day before, they had 1,400 apprehensions. They only have capacity for about 3,300 to hold apprehended illegal crossings, but they've got more than 6,000 right now. So if they clear out and process 1,000 and release them to the public, which is what they're doing now, they're going to get another 1,000 today and tomorrow. So the numbers keep going up, up, and up. What they're releasing them, though, is to the Catholic Charities of RGV. Sister Norma Pimental, who's been receiving them, she says she's never seen anything like this. Listen.
Those numbers have been so different and so high in comparison to any other year before that it's unbelievable, the number of individual families that have been released in such great numbers.
And it is Border Patrol and CBP that is processing them. That's why Secretary Nielsen is adding more officers down here on the border, because when you have to process this many people, it pulls agents off the borderline like you saw in that video. Meanwhile, Secretary Nielsen, guys, as you mentioned, going to El Paso, just west of here, where they're seeing a surge of nearly 1,700% in family unit apprehensions. Guys?
Yeah, they need more help. They've been saying it. Thanks, Griff.
1,700%. All right. Griff, thanks so much. It's still political, though, this issue, and some Democrats still appear unconcerned with the crisis at the border. But
Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick says the president is reacting with the urgency we need.
Beto O'Rourke says that, illegal immigrants make us safer. We're not talking about legal immigration. Republicans support legal immigration. It's illegal immigration. We cannot handle these people. We cannot educate, medicate, and incarcerate the whole world that wants to come here. It's a tremendous burden on the taxpayers of Texas. I just authorized $800 million this year in our budget. This is $2.4 billion of Texas taxpayer dollars to help out on the border in the 3 years I've been, or 3 sessions I've been Lieutenant Governor. This is a crisis at the highest level, and whatever the president must do, he must do. The house is on fire. This is now not a time to decide how many fire trucks we need and the training for the firefighters. We have to put out the fire now.
All right, according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, more than 76,000 people were apprehended in February along our southwest border, and they're expecting something like 100,000 in March.